Hello, Baxter. You are my little gentleman.
Baxter's Journey is a 360-degree integrated marketing campaign, blending elements of traditional, online, and social media, as well as direct mail, custom-produced elements, and 2 nationwide scavenger hunts to immerse players in the world of Ron Burgundy. In a 6-month campaign leading up to the release of Anchorman 2: The Legend Continues, players work to solve the mystery over the disappearance of Ron's beloved sage and sidekick, Baxter the dog. In Act 1, a press release from a well-known PR firm claiming to be the agency of record for the fictitious Ron Burgundy appeared online. The release started making rounds in major news outlets and on the web, claiming Ron would soon announce plans for an independent project. Speculation grew about the mystery project as print ads, radio ads, and even local TV commercials helped create buzz for the announcement of Ron's independent project. Ron Burgundy, played by Will Ferrell, took to the airwaves. In an appearance on Conan, Burgundy played jazz flute and announced he would be shooting a documentary about the life and times of Baxter the dog. In order to fund the project, which was an independent film, he was counting on viewers to donate to his Kickstarter campaign. Fans logged on to kickstarter.com/whereisbaxter, where a video overlay sat atop Ron's fundraising page. In the video, Ron explained that Kickstarter would not let him fundraise for the documentary, calling him an unreliable donation recipient. Instead, he explained he would need the help of the players themselves in retracing the steps of Baxter and gathering footage for the documentary. Fans hungry for any additional content from the Anchorman world soon began collaborating online. With players of the game given their orders by Ron, they began to piece together the coast-to-coast journey of Baxter the dog. To aid them in their quest, information began appearing online in a series of blog posts, websites, and real-world stunts to help frame the story and allow users all over the world to participate in the history of Ron's beloved canine. To further encourage user participation, gifts from the world of Ron Burgundy were mailed and sent to key influencers and promoters of the campaign. Although at the onset it seemed whimsical to recount the journey of Ron's pint-sized pup, the image painted of the dog grew progressively darker over a 6-week period, cataloging a downward spiral fueled by substance abuse, criminal activity, and prostitution. Within a few weeks, the beleaguered-looking Ron Burgundy made a second appearance on Conan to announce the documentary had been completed and would be airing at New York City's famed Pier 41. Massively intrigued fans poured into New York's famed Pier 41 for the premiere. 2 minutes into its airing, the film seemingly ripped in half. After a full 30 seconds of blank white screen, a young Baxter-looking dog appeared. Crowds were introduced to Baxter the Fourth. He began barking at the crowd as subtitles floated across the bottom of the screen. Baxter the Fourth, upset at the contents of the documentary, had stolen and was going to run away with the film. Soon the game was afoot, as Burgundy instructed players he now needed their help in tracking down the film so that it could be shown in its entirety. A nationwide hunt for the wayward canine ensued. As players learned, they were able to track the whereabouts of Baxter the Fourth via fire hydrants throughout the United States. Users downloaded the Where is Baxter application and used it to scan fire hydrants looking for Baxter the Fourth's mark. To simulate the mark, fire hydrants in major cities throughout the United States were equipped with low-energy Bluetooth chips. 1,500 fire hydrants were tagged in total by Baxter the Fourth. Players knew how many in each city had been tagged, but they had to communicate with one another online in an effort to flesh out the full picture of Baxter the Fourth's time spent on the lam in order to answer the question of Baxter the Fourth's final destination and the key to unlocking the whereabouts of the documentary. To incentivize players, we held a contest as part of the scavenger hunt. For every fire hydrant discovered by a user, that user was automatically entered for a chance to win the Ron Burgundy Special Giant Secret Surprise. The extent of fan participation in the spirit of the campaign was largely unexpected. Soon, images of the news teams and rival news teams started appearing on Facebook and Twitter, along with tribute accounts to Baxter the Fourth. To reward and incentivize user-generated content, players who submitted fire hydrant discoveries and fans who were deemed to have demonstrated the spirit of the campaign were awarded randomly. Through the actions of a mobilized and vocal fan base, the ultimate whereabouts of Baxter IV were discovered, and the documentary was recovered. Ardent fans, once they found out the whereabouts of the documentary, quickly raced to the scene of Baxter IV, and were able to see a surprise screening of the documentary. The following day, the movie was uploaded to YouTube and received over 2 million hits within the first 24 hours of its posting. Following the release of the documentary, the winners of the contest were announced. The Ron Burgundy Special Giant Secret Surprise turned out to be a cameo for the top 4 winners of the campaign and an extra scene after the credits rolled on Anchorman 2. In the run-up to Anchorman 2, the legend continues, the Where is Baxter 360-degree marketing campaign pulled players into the world of Ron Burgundy. Over the 6-month life of the campaign, it created untold amounts of word-of-mouth support for the movie and helped garner over 380 million media impressions. It also helped Anchorman 2 achieve over $275 million in its opening weekend, making it the highest grossing ever for a comedic film.